Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another vlog. This will actually be my final vlog in this playlist. Uh, so, yeah, just dropped that on you. Anyways, yeah, let's get right into it. Um, so, as we do usually, uh, pull up what we did last week. Again, sorry for the quality, but, uh, we'll zoom in here. So, last week, got 12 of 17 published essentials. I had everything done. Basically, you saw me. I got figured out some stuff with ragdolls. Togged them on them off. Um, Still had some kinks with it. Like you couldn't like really like orbit the ragdoll. He could fall out of like the scene, I guess. Um, but also you saw like I created car spawners. I had multiple cars driving, a few scripts. Um, but and from there we've improved quite a lot. And so let's get right into it. Let's see show you what I did. So as you can see now, I am completely done. This is the last vlog in this series, and and I'll be moving on to junior programming essential junior programming next, I think. Anyways, so um where we were last week is we had up to disable movement while ragdoll. What I ended up doing this week was proper collisions, which basically what that means is the car could hit the character now and then send them into ragdoll and also send them flying. I'll show you how I did that. Mm. Orbiting accurate ragdoll camera. So now when you get taken out, the camera actually follows your character, and also you can move it around to like look around the scene when you're ragdoll. Restart game, which basically allows you when you get ragdolled and you can't do anything anymore. If you press spacebar, you can restart the game and then try again. And then we have particle effects for when you get all the collectibles. There's a little particle effect at the end, which is nice. And then add bonus scene. Yeah, that's done because that was my bonus scene. Capture video of my project. That's what I'm doing right now. And then I'll be sharing this video. So, yeah. Okay, let's get right into it. So, let's start with orbiting ragdoll accurate ragdoll camera. Let's pull up our Unity. So, we're in. So first things first, I'm just gonna run play and show you like how it looks in game. All right, one, one sec, and we're back. Okay, so we're in the game. Get the footsteps and stuff. Get all the cars. So, um, one thing you find I think I already added, was actually the collisions. So, I'll just get the other way else too. Show you that. Boom, hit by car, and now I fall and yeah, I can't get up. Now, originally, as you can see, something's already different. The camera actually tracked the player as he like moved from the after getting like hit. Otherwise, you'd usually stay in place and the guy would go off screen. Another thing I do is I can scroll out, and scroll in, so I can get a. Oh yeah, and also another thing I do, I can move it. Um, and so I can get a better look at the dude who got crushed. I can look on at everything else going on. But yeah, he's down. Um, and yeah, that's basically it. And so let me tell you how I did that. So, first things first, it's gotta go to player here. So, uh, Kyle here, the player, Robot Kyle, he has three things for his cameras. He has the player camera root, which is basically like controls um where the main camera kind of sees. I guess I'd say, like if I move, I'm pretty sure if I move the player camera root, yeah, if I move the player camera root, then it moves where you as the player will see and how your camera looks when you can take control of it. There's also player follow camera. This basically allows the main camera to and I think player camera to follow the player and stuff. Um, and it keeps it like hyper fixated on it, on the player and stuff, or I don't know, on its position. I don't know, entirely sure, but basically, here's the issue I was having. So basically, I could not get it to follow Robot Kyle, orbit, or do whatever I wanted to do, and that was because of player follow camera. I found that um, if I wrote a script that turned it off, then the camera could easily follow Kyle and like I guess yeah, go with him when he gets knocked down. I forgot why that's exactly the case. I believe it has something to do with like yeah, follow player camera route, something like yeah, player camera route, and that like um when like Robot Kyle goes down, he's just gonna uh oh wait, okay wait so okay actually the previous thing I had, it did follow him, it just looked really bad. Um actually, maybe I can just actually I'm not sure if I can show you. Oh wait, no, maybe I can show you the previous commit. Um actually I'll do that. So give me one moment. Alrighty, we're in a new commit. I believe this one will have it. The issue I was talking about. So I walk up. Oh, never mind. This one has the old issue. Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second. And I believe this one will be the one with it. Okay, run over. There it is. Okay, so you can see right here. This looks terrible. So he got hit by the car, and he fell down, and the camera did track him, but there's a lot of issues with this. It's an awkward angle. It's kind of weird. You can't really see what's going on. And one of the big fallacies of it, I'm not sure if I'll be able to see it go on right now. Please. There it is if he falls the wrong way, he just you just don't see anything, and that's very dissatisfying. And so the reason for this, I believe, is so you have the main camera, which is rendering everything, projecting through, letting you see everything. You have the player camera root, and then you player fall camera. So main camera is basically looking through player camera root, which is like rooted right here, and then a player follow camera is telling main camera to follow that route, I'm pretty sure. And so what's happening basically is when he gets knocked over is yeah, sure, it's tracking him, but it's still like trying to look through player camera route, I guess I would have to say. And in doing so, it gives you that weird angle. So when you turn off player follow camera, in like during ragdoll, then you get a more, I guess, like a better picture of it all. It'd be worse for gameplay, like just walking around and in the animator, but it's a better picture for when you're just trying to like track like him in the ragdoll stage, and yeah, that's how that works. Yeah. So yeah, let me show you the actual code of it. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna pop over to back to the other commit where it's fixed, where I did it, and I'll see you in a second. And we're back. Just to make sure this is the right commit. Just gonna get hit by a car. There we go. Yes, it is. Okay. All right. So let's check out the actual scripts. So we're gonna go to Ragdoll controller. Here we are. Okay, there we go. So for the orbiting camera, we have here is we basically have everything here, and it starts about here. So after the burst controller, we have switch the camera follow target when ragdolling. So I can explain the code now better. This is for the ragdoll controller. So if camera root object exists or is like not empty, or like basically if it exists, so that's what does not equal null basically means. It basically checks if that camera root object is there. So basically, if camera root objects exists and if hipsbone object exists on Kyle, then if you are ragdolled, then camera root dot set parent hips bone. Basically, it's going to basically set the root to the hips bone. Follow the hips bone while ragdoll. So basically, as you know, the main camera looks through the root. Now it's going to be looking through. Instead of looking wherever it's before, it's going to be looking through the hips bone. Yeah. Or I guess like, or at least it's going to be following it. So it makes the main camera follow the hips bone. As before, the main camera just followed the player. Now it's going to follow the hips bone. Else, so if you're not ragdolled, then it's gonna set the parent transform. So it's just gonna retouch the to player root when normal. Retouch player root normal. I don't the transform scheme. I don't entirely understand that one as much, like transform, I guess, but yeah. um, turn, and then this one is gonna turn off the normal follow when ragdolled and enable the orbit camera, which is this thing here. I'll have to pull it up in a second. So basically, camera ragdoll follow equals the camera root dot get. So it's basically getting camera ragdoll follow. It's getting that component in the root, which I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So let me check here. So is it in here? No, it's not in here. It's in one of these things. Oh yeah, player ragdoll. Okay, that one has the orbit one. And then, okay, yeah. Oh yeah, this one has the player follow camera. Okay, all right. Sorry, that won't make sense. It will make sense in a second. All right. So basically, it's find the camera ragdoll follow thing. Basically, this little script here finds that script, and then the camera main get component ragdoll camera orbit. So this one's so it has we have the follow, and then I don't know where my orbit went. Hold on. That's ragdoll follow. Where's orbit? Orbit. There it is. Camera ragdoll orbit. All right. So basically finds most of those things. All right. So let's get into it. So if you're ragdolled, if follow does not equal null. So basically, I guess like if follow exists, follow exists. So if camera ragdoll follow exists, if you're ragdolled and it exists, then follows, if camera followed enabled is gonna equal false. So basically, camera ragdoll follow is wait, yeah, camera ragdoll follow is no longer, yeah, is gonna be turned to false. And then if orbit exists, orbit is gonna activate, and it's gonna. So I feel like okay, I should probably show you the other things first before I show you this, because this won't make very much sense if I don't. Okay, so we're gonna do that first. We're gonna look at the camera ragdoll follow script, and we're gonna look at the orbit script. So the orbit script, this is what allows me to, when he's ragdolled, to basically move around the camera, scroll wheels, zoom in, scroll wheels, zoom out. That's what this does. Camera ragdoll follow is basically what allows you to follow Kyle when he is ragdolled. So we're gonna first start with these. So, target player hips. Player hips. The camera follows. The offset pulled back for visibility. It's basically, it's like when you initially get hit by the car, you're gonna the camera's gonna zoom out a little when you get ragdolled, so you can see better. And then is ragdoll false? Talked by the ragdoll controller. So at the start, it's gonna be false. So at the start, you're not gonna be ragdolled. Current offset equal normal offset. I'm not really sure what that means. So I'm pretty sure that's like where, yeah, normal offset. That's basically where the camera starts. Where the camera starts, that's normal offset. So if target exists, so if you have the target, which might be the hips or something, we'll say the hips. So if you have the target, return. So choose which offset. Choose which offset moved. So if the target exists, Uh, is ragdolled. Smooth. Okay. I'd be lying if I told you I understood this completely. But basically, um, if the target exists, it's going to decide whether you're in ragdoll mode, if you're in ragdoll mode, and if it needs to do the ragdoll camera offset or the normal camera offset. Again, camera offset is so if you're in ragdoll mode, it's going to zoom out the camera farther so you can see better. If you're in normal mode, your camera's going to be closer so you can move and do stuff better. So it's going to figure out if you're in ragdoll or not. Uh, let's say you are. Smoothly move offset to avoid jerky changes. So basically, now this is going to smoothly move your camera to the desired offset, as it says. So if you're ragdolled, if you're going to be ragdolled, it's going to move your camera to the ragdoll offset. So it's going to zoom in out farther, and then it's going to follow the target. So vector 3 desired position equal to the target position plus the current offset. And it's going to transform position vector 3 lerp linearly interpolate, which linearly interpolates between 2 points. It's going to take the position, take the side position, and smooth, and there's time thing. This one I understand less, and yeah, keep the camera looking target. But simply put, it's gonna zoom out the camera if you're ragdolled or not ragdolled, and then it's gonna follow you, follow the player, depending on that. Yeah, so that's the ragdoll we're gonna follow. This is the orbit script. So this is the min distance you can zoom in, max distance you can zoom out, or as the orbit speed, so how fast when I click and drag, I can go around. And then we have stuff here. So cursor lock mode, cursor to visible picture. So basically, the way it works is you can mouse scroll wheel to zoom in and out, but also you have to hold right mouse button to basically like look around. I just decided that choice because I don't know, I wanted to. I thought it'd be neat. I played some games that did that, so that's what I did. So if active target, basically I'm pretty sure this just checks that the player, if the player exists, and if they're ragdolled or not. Well, actually, it just says this one particularly checks if they exist. So it's gonna scroll or zoom. This can turn scroll or zoom. So float scroll input. So it gets the mouse scroll wheel. Distance equal scroll times zoom speed. So it's gonna let you scroll in, and then the speed is going to be amplified by this number here. So how fast you can zoom in or out. Distance. And then yeah, this is basically just checking the amount of distance you can zoom in or out. Right click to hold orbit if input, so it gets the mouse button 1, which is right click, I guess. And then we have the yaw and the pitch, so the x and the y, and it's basically going to take the orbit speed and then multiply it by this time and stuff, and that's how fast you can orbit around, calculate the position around the target. So we have these weird, funny words return user to find like the rotations, the like direction, and the position. So basically, it's just getting the position and then allowing you to so basically, it's gonna correct the position. So when you scroll, so when you like scroll wheel or zoom in or out, it doesn't lose the target. It's gonna scroll around the target. And then this is the activate variable. Target follow target. Active equal true. Current lock state equal cursor mode. On. Oh wait, never mind. Oh, this one just basically just activates and deactivates the ragdoll camera orbit. If you're going to, for like whatever reason, it's used in camera ragdoll follow. So now if we doing that, we can go. Wait, no, I mean camera ragdoll controller. Now after that, we can go to ragdoll controller. Okay. So basically, sorry if that was a lot. Yeah, now what we can do is basically explain this better. So if you're ragdolled, uh, uh, so it's going to activate camera orbit. Um, ad- additionally, um, if else, then it's going to instead activate follow. Um, if you're ragdolled, then it's basically going to take player follow camera, see if it exists, and then it's going to set to active to false. So now you didn't have that issue last time. And then, if else, if you're not ragdolled, then it's going to set the player follow camera to true, so it's how you want it to be. And yeah, that's basically how the script works for this. So see, there's a lot of moving parts to it. It's kind of confusing. But yeah, alright, so that's the scene basically, and let's move on now. Alright, and let's go into proper collisions. Check out this commit. And I'll put up PND, and I'll see you in 1 second. So this is the proper collisions tab. So let me just run it. Boom, hit, you go flying. That's what I wanted. Um, so what makes this the proper collisions is I didn't like how in the previous collisions, as you saw in the last scene, like I could have been proper collisions, but I didn't like it because it didn't send you far enough. I wanted it to send you farther because I think it would be cooler. Um, Also, another thing I forgot to add is in the ragdoll controller, we have the player follow camera to tell you to turn this off, and we have main camera which has ragdoll orbit, so you can orbit stuff. And this is empty because it finds it itself, the target itself. Forgot to include that. But anyways, back to this is basically this is under car hit. So yeah, so we have hit force and upward force. So this is on car hit, and then if we go to the prefab car, we have our hit force and upward force. I think I liked something with like 400 and then 10 because it didn't send me off the map, but it was still like enough to where it was like cool. Yeah, so it's gonna send me far. Well, this one might send me off the map because I might bounce off, but if I get sent the other way, then it's fine. But yeah. Oh, that one didn't send me very far because it didn't really get a good collision off there, but it's fine, whatever. So let's show you this script. This is the car hit script. So basically we have our floats, the hit force, the upward force. A boolean has hit player. It starts out as false. So basically when this turns on, it realizes hits player. That's gonna does a lot of stuff. So on collision enter, collision. Basically when the car collides with the player, has hit player, it's gonna return the has hit player. So it's gonna check if you have the player tag. So which obviously I do because player. So this thing right here, this tag right here. It's gonna check if you have that tag. Then it's gonna try to find the ragdoll controller on the player root or parent. So ragdoll controller, ragdoll. Basically, it's getting component. It's getting the ragdoll controller. Basically that script, that object, that item, which is on the player. I'll show you that too. So here the player. We go to robot. Scroll down here. We have the ragdoll controller script. So it's gonna find this, and then from here, so if it exists, then it's gonna get the children inside of it. So it's gonna get the stuff inside the ragdoll controller. Then, if ragdoll exists, or yeah, basically that's what it's saying. It's gonna compute a good hit direction using contact normal away from the car. So it's gonna take the collision. Contact is 0. Basically the contact points generated by the collision engine. So it's not gonna do too many. Since it's hitting it just at like 1 point basically. And then so hit direction, contact point minus transform position, normalized. So direction from the car, the contact. So that's the direction you're gonna get hit in. And then it's going to launch the ragdoll. this is going to make sure it only happens once. So we have the launch, hit direction, hit force, upward force. So it's gonna send you direction, it's gonna send you up, and it's gonna send you like back and send you up. And then to prevent further collisions, because that was an issue I had, we are going to disable the car's collider immediately so it can't keep touching ragdoll limbs. Yeah. So glider car. So basically, looks for glider, makes it false, and then you can also stop the rigid body so it doesn't keep nudging. So it gets rigid body, and then linear velocity 0, angular velocity 0 is kinematic true, so you can freeze in place too. And then this is just ChatGPT saying that you could also like destroy it and stuff. So yeah, I did use AI a bit for this, but it did help me learn a bit though. So I don't know, that wasn't the worst thing ever. But yeah, that's basically the hit thing, and then now it allows me, combined with the camera, gets a very satisfying effect. So I run in front of the guy, boom, I get hit. Oh my god, I'm getting hit. Where am I going? Now I can zoom in, zoom out. Yeah, boom, can look at the guy. And then that's basically it. Scene. And so yeah, alright, now let's move on to the next thing. Fixed particles and restart game. And this is basically my last commit before I'm basically like, okay, now I'm done. I did everything I wanted to do. So let's boot this up. I will see you in 1 moment. Alright, and now we're in. So, this one should, also you can see I cleaned up a lot of my stuff over here, so it doesn't look as much messy. So, I'm pretty sure in this one though, the other cars, I applied the other stuff to the other cars. So, if I get hit by this truck, it should work. Boom! I got hit by the truck. I went flying. Where am I going? Look around. Oh, I'm over here now. I'm gonna zoom out. I'm gonna zoom in on my face. Okay, cool. Anyway, now you can see it has press space to restart. I'm gonna press space. Boom. Reloads the scene. And as you can see, there's a big red ball of death. So, I'm gonna try and play my own game to show you the next part of it. And so, I might fail, because this is kind of challenging. Albeit, this is an easier build. Oh, I'm dead. I'm just gonna run. Oh, wait, does this also have the... Oh, this might also have something else. This one, go here. Oh, I'm dead. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna cheat. Sorry guys. I'm too bad at my own game. Alright. We're just gonna make this 20. And ready to go. So, boom, that's 1 star. Boom, that's 2 stars. And now, when I get this last star, boom, confetti effect. So, if you're wondering why I made it a black orb of red and death, I don't know. I felt like it. I want to do something different. That's your reward at the end of all this. You get the orb of death, but yeah. I'm not sure if I did it in this one, but I also did something very cool as well. Did I do it? Yes, I did do it. Okay, so another thing I forgot to add was I included spawn intervals in this. The point being, it can get very predictable to, like, when the car is going to come out. So you can just be like, oh, he's going to come out this set time. I'm just going to go at this set time. I'm just going to go because I know how much time I'm going to have. So I included in the car spawners, various random intervals, so you can't truly know when they're gonna come out. It's random each spawn, I guess. So, like, he might come out 2 seconds after, he might come out like instantly, and I think it just adds a little more challenge. Maybe it makes it easier. I don't know. I thought it was cool. And then as you go down the road, like, those cars right there have a lot, like, faster intervals. So yeah, 0.5 to 1. And then these ones have less fast. And yeah, that was pretty neat. That's another thing I added. Which I forgot to say. But yeah. And then uh, after this, I basically just like this is basically the game right here. The final build thing was basically final build commit is basically just putting it into like the bonus scene. So just because why not? I'm just gonna show you that because we have time. So yeah, 2.0 build, the 2.0 build of the game. So basically I'm done. Hold on, essentials. There we go. 2.0 build the game. So pull this up, and I can show you the actual game. Actually, I can also play it on the web browser because I did put it on the web browser too. Albeit there's some issues with that, but I don't know if I'll like care enough to fix it. I'm basically done. So now, I go into the main menu. I'll press play, as if I was playing on the web browser and stuff, or just playing in general. Now you guys got your playground navigation, kids room, basically everything I did in past, and now bonus, cross the road. Click on it. Boom, it takes me into the game. Nice. And then, oh, I got hit. I'm down. I press space restart. Okay, and also this version is a little harder than the other versions, because what I did is I kind of amped up the intervals a little more. So, yeah. Don't mind the random mushroom in the road. Ooh. There we go. Oh, hey, I might actually win this one. And, yeah, basically this is the final build of this all. Come on. Oh, nope. And I failed. And now I gotta go to the start. So, yeah. But that is basically, everything I did. So, let's get into these final parts here. So, here's the GitHub. Where are my commits? Some commits. So we have, that's not what I want. Publishing essentials. 2.0 build, fixed particles, proper collisions, rectal camera. Pretty standard with what I got here. Start game, rectal camera. I missed the intervals thing, but it's fine. And yep, it's the GitHub here. Has all the stuff. And yeah. So now I'm done with the essentials. Done this long bonus scene, which took a lot longer. Took a lot longer. So it wasn't really actually necessarily that complicated. Albeit it did have some complicated concepts with like the ragdoll, like the ragdolls and ragdoll camera and stuff. I feel like those are a little more complicated concepts. Well, it also didn't help that I was kind of like pretty newbie at this, figured out. But I did enjoy it. I honestly appreciated it. I'm pretty glad I did it, just because it helped me learn a lot. And so yeah, it was pretty fun. Moving on, I'll probably be starting Junior Brewing Essentials, and I'm gonna really try and grind on that, so I'm gonna get it done as soon as possible. And this, yeah, it's yeah, this is basically the Essential series. Thank you for watching this vlog. I'll see you in the next one, if you watch, that is. Bye.